If you dig bands like All Them Witches or King Buffalo today, or maybe even grew up with bands like Iron Maiden or Thin Lizzy, or if you just like finding great guitar bands somehow missed through the years, this is my recommendation for you, Wishbone Ash. Because sometimes discovering new music means going backwards. Wishbone Ash formed in England in 1969, and what really set them apart was the way they used two lead guitars. The classic lineup had Andy Powell and Ted Turner on guitar, and instead of one guy handling rhythm while the other played lead, they would play melodic lines together, harmonizing, answering each other, and weaving the guitars around one another. It was more like a conversation amongst instruments than anything else. Now, they weren't the only band experimenting with two lead guitars at the time. You had the Allman Brothers, which were doing their own version over in the States. But Wishbone Ash made that harmonized twin lead guitar sound a huge part of their identity. And if you're an Iron Maiden fan, you know Steve Harris, who has talked about Wishbone Ash as an influence. And once you know that, you can really hear the connection. The melodic guitar lines, the harmonies, and even some of the movement in the bass. And the bass player on Wishbone Ash is phenomenal. When you hear that classic Maiden guitar sound, some of that musical DNA traces right back to bands like Wishbone Ash. And if you're coming at it from bands like King Buffalo or Elder or All Them Witches even, don't expect Wishbone Ash to sound exactly like those bands. So that sound has had 50 years to evolve. It got heavier and doomier, more psychedelic and more progressive along the way. But the idea of melodic guitar-driven rock that stretches out and lets the guitars carry the song, that DNA is still there. Musically, Wishbone Ash lives somewhere between hard rock or progressive rock, blues, folk, and really melodic guitar-driven rock. If you're only going to check out one album, don't start with this one. Start with Argus from 1972. Wishbone is also pretty awesome. Argus, that's the record where it all really clicks. If Wishbone Ash somehow slipped through your list over the years, go back and check them out. I think they're definitely worth the listen. Who knows, you might find your favorite new band 50 years in the past. My name's Jason. I make vinyl record and music content semi-daily. If that's your vibe, give me a like, give me a follow, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.